Alright, so I'm gonna say that don't follow TBN or Dr. David Jeremiah or Charlie Kirk or anyone else associated with TBN because they are corrupt, they are crooked, they have their own agenda. A lot of those people, those Christians, if you will, on TBN, Donald Trump, he's associated with them, Dr. David Jeremiah and some other people prayed over Donald Trump. And, that's just ridiculous because he's a false teacher, in my opinion. He gives a little bit of Bible verses, and then he finishes the rest with the story. And that seems to be his method to deceive people. I mean, he's all about money. There's not a lot of videos on YouTube exposing him, but he is a false teacher, in my opinion, and you can really look into that yourselves. I mean, how many times does that guy use a little bit of Bible and then a massive amount of story just to deceive his audience? You know what I mean? Same with the guy from Texas, what's his name? Joel Osteen. The Catholic Church, it's a ritual inside a ritual, and inside a ritual. It never ends with the Catholic Church, but it's funny because I made a previous video about the Catholic Church writing. I live in Yakima, and there's a stained glass window of little baby Jesus being ridden by the Virgin Mary, and the Virgin Mary actually represents women, because Lucifer is a man, right? Lucifer is a man, and women in the esoteric realm want to rule over men. And what better way than to ride Christianity, because Lucifer is a man. I hope that made sense, but essentially, since divine feminism, if you will, women want to rule over Lucifer and be at the top, essentially being the whore of Babylon, if you will, the mystery religions, if you will. The women are very good at multitasking. I'm not saying all women, I'm just saying women involved in that esoteric mystery belief system, okay? Divine feminism is what it's called. But yeah, that's kind of where it leads to. Divine feminism, the whore of Babylon. And it's always been like that, in my opinion. But apart from that, going back to TBN, and I guess I would say they are part of the replacement theology, where they think that their church replaces Israel, right? Which is false. Today I talked to a Jehovah's Witness, and I tried to get them to tell the truth about the blue envelope and the two witness rule and the child abuse, which is actually worse in the Catholic Church, believe it or not. They say it's worse in the Catholic Church. There's more child abuse in the Jehovah's Witnesses than the Catholic Church, which is, it kind of struck me as, whoa, okay. But and the woman I talked to outright lied to me and said that no. Some of those people are liars, and they don't tell the truth. And when I actually told her, like, why don't you guys sue them? if they're lying. Do you see my logic? They don't. I said, why don't you sue them if they're lying about the child abuse in the Jehovah Witnesses? And her whole argument was, we don't subscribe to their belief system. Well, that's not what I asked you. I said, why don't you freaking sue them? Those people who, because there's like 3 or 4 or 5 documentaries that have been made about the Jehovah Witnesses and their child abuse and how bad it is. And it's like, you guys don't sue them for slander? And her whole argument was about they're either one, lying, 2, what was the other one? 2, 1, they're lying, 2, we don't subscribe to them, and then there's a couple other minor things, but like, pretty much when you really use logic against these people, from the Bible, like logic from the Bible, you will defeat them, right? Another thing is like, I think we are living close to the end times and maybe the millennium, but like, be very careful of like what you listen to on the radio. You may hear things that may try to deceive you on the radio, and that's mostly because of the technology. But just be aware of that. I was going to mention something else. It was really important. I would stay away from TBN. They have ties to the Republican Party. The Republican Party is corrupt, especially the Democratic Party. Don't get me wrong. They're both corrupt. Until we bring back in-person voting with the valid state identification card, things will never get better. Never. There's something else that was really... I recently joined the National Guard because of job security, but that's just a personal note. I had to. There's no jobs in Yakima. The unions are all corrupt. They're all pedophiles at the very top. They're very non-repentant at the very top of the social democratic unions. The hell was I going to say? Jehovah Witnesses. I don't know. I forget, but I will say that read the Bible for yourselves. Don't rely on the warp speed technology to update you on the Bible. Just read it for yourselves if you can. This is a very trying time, a very dark time, especially for Christians, but I personally don't believe in the rapture. I think that the great falling away is the rapture, and just stay away from TBN if you can. Trinity Broadcasting Network. They're wolves in sheep's clothing. They're not very good people. They're there to just make money. That's all it is. Sorry. That's all there is to it. Yeah.